Want to go, pretty boy?
Two minutes by yourself and you feel shame, you know, and then you get free.
The only thing better than a glass of beer is tea with Miss McGill.
And welcome to the Fourth Line Voice Podcast. My name is Darren. Thank you very much for tuning in. Episode 474 of the big show, some enforcer-based podcasting coming at you, brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network. Oh, that's right, folks. It's BKFC Ice Wars Fight Week. Oh, they're getting ready to rumble down in Florida, the Amarant Arena, Friday, October 10th, in 3 days. Oh, and it's going to be a great card. Looking forward to it. Nick Laporte, Sebastian Lafreniere in the main event. Reed Krasowski, Charles Rosa. Oh, we got Corey Allen taking on Zach Hughes. Wolftail versus Marchessello. Cole Johnson versus Jake Curtis. Oh, and on and on. I'm telling you, it's going to be the greatest thing since the county fair. But, and it's on real ice this time, folks. And it is bare knuckles. So we're going to see how this goes. This could be interesting. But I'll tell you, interesting, this cat that I have on today, old Chef from the Knuckle Mobb. I will put a link in the description. Check him out on Instagram. Check out his YouTube channel. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Not only does he interview Ice Wars guys, he interviews bare knuckle. He interviews wrestlers. It's a whole scene over there. And Chef is a good guy. It's interesting. Actually, I've met him through Ice Wars since the Michigan show. So what, about 6 months ago? And just kind of connected on Instagram because we're both like Ice Wars guys, and we go back and forth and talk. And I'm like, yeah, why haven't I had you on the show yet? So today is the day, and we do a little preview here, and we talk about all things Ice Wars, and just a fun conversation for about 45 minutes. So thank you for tuning in for Fight Week. And like I said, yesterday I had Jordan Christie and Reed Krasowski on. Tomorrow I will have Mike Arcamone and James Dalzell. Thursday will be my the official preview show with Jay that we always do every event we have done since all 6 of them. And then Friday, of course, is the show. Now, folks, from what I'm gathering, they are live streaming this event. So that means Darren's going to be live streaming this event. So if you want to see this event, it starts at it's at 5 o'clock. I will have it on my come to the Fourth Line Voice YouTube channel, and I will be live streaming the Ice Wars event from Florida. So come on over, bring your own beer. Come Friday night, we'll have some beers, we'll watch the card and get in the chat, and we'll all watch it together and talk shit, and it'll be fun. So come check out the Fourth Line Voice YouTube channel on Friday, on the 10th here, and we'll get after it. It's going to be fun. But anyway, folks, I'm going to hit you with hey, we got to keep the lights on here. I got to keep the sponsors coming. DraftKings, I'm going to hit you with the DraftKings ad. Go bet. Well, maybe don't go bet on the NFL. Ooh, was that rough, man? How many more? Jackson, really? Kansas City just folded like that. No, New Orleans picking up a win. I mean, oh boy, the bad news bears. Yeah, I mean, if you were a long shot bettor, you could have made a lot of money this past Sunday. But boy, I got my ass kicked in the football pool. That's for sure. But DraftKings promo code, pretty good promo code, folks. I'm telling you, check it out and sign up and. I mean, you're betting anyway, so help. And plus, use the promo code THPN. You're helping out the network and getting $200 extra for bonus bets. I mean, hey, everybody wins. Also, check me out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Fourth Line Voice, Twitter, not so much Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but and then of course my YouTube channel, Fourth Line Voice on YouTube. I have over 2,500 fight videos on there. Come check it out. I live stream every Friday. We do hockey fight watch-alongs. We're gonna do this Friday, like I said, will be the Ice Wars watch-along. We have lots of fun on there on Friday nights. Come check it out. And but please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Chef's channel. Knuckle Mobb does a great job. Good dude. New into the hobby, so let's get him going. And not a hobby. I mean, I'm thinking of hockey fights, but new into the Ice Wars thing. So let's welcome him. Let's subscribe to his channel and get him going and check out his stuff. He's a good dude. In the meantime, I'm going to hit you with some DraftKings, and then we'll get into it. My discussion with Chef. Thanks, everybody. And hey, I guess I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Fight week.
And now, here's a word from our sponsor.
Your season, your shot. The NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first touchdown score to anytime TD props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. Yeah, or else you got future bets, guys. I mean, again, the odds change all the time, but last time I looked, Lamar, Allen, plus 275. Super Bowl, Buffalo's the favorite right now, plus 400. Something to think about. New customers, this one's for you, though. You can bet just $5. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, you score over $200 off the NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code THPN. That's code THPN, and you get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of the Boot Hills Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercials use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right, here on the Fourth Line Voice, I got a special guest, fellow content creator. We got Chef is out there. How's it going, man?
Listen, I'm great. All right, so before we went on, I'm not going to say nothing, but let me tell you, this is the big show where if you're ever going to listen to hockey or Ice Wars or anything, this is the show you want to be on, so I feel like I made it.
There, oh, look at that. Look at that. You read that just like I wrote it. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been interesting as Ice Wars has gone on. I mean, I've been in it from the start back in 05 really, but 2022, and I know you're kind of new to the scene, and that's where I ran into you. I was like, who's this BKFC mob guy? Who is this person? And I kind of started watching it, and you had them. I know the one video I saw you had the shades on,
the Macho Man shades. Yeah. You gotta do the shades.
Yeah, and I'm like, who is this guy? And you were entertaining, and then we started. I sent you a DM, and we kind of been going back and forth, and what made you get? Well, you were a BKFC fan first. What got you into the whole combat sports, and what got you into Ice Wars?
The combat sports shit. I always liked combat sports. I think maybe because back in the days when UFC was like not shown in places, it was super violent, and it just kind of felt like home. I'm from a tough part of the town or whatever, so it just felt natural. And then growing up, I'm a big hockey guy, so now that you could put hockey and fighting in the same element, I was like, yo, I'm all in. I did see the Ice Wars, the original one, but this is way before I even wanted to talk it or anything. I just came across it. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I just became a fan of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I dig it. Yeah, it's and it's always interesting, especially in the Ice Wars space, because it's such a unique thing, right? And it's so it was a basketball guy from New York was getting into Ice Wars. I was like, well, this will be interesting, and it's been fun watching you get into the Ice Wars and talking to the guys and stuff, and that's what the cool thing is. It's your unique voice, because your interview sounds a lot different than my interview, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, which is good, right? I mean, that's, and then and the BKFC Reddit guy, I mean, he sounds different, right? So the three of us all are on talking about the same thing, but it's different.
Yep.
So how getting into the Ice Wars and talking to the guys and all that stuff, how has that been for you?
Now, it's been a lot of fun. Like, some of them, it's like you try to match their energy, right? So you don't come off one way or whatever. And I think getting Smoke off the rip, I was like, I feel like, and I'm not trying to get him in trouble or nothing, but I was like, if there would be one guy that I would smoke a blunt with, and I'm not saying that anyone should do it, I was like, it would be Justice Smoke. He just seems like the one guy that I could just chill and have, just ball out, have mad fun with. And I was like, man, if everybody's like this is going to be crazy. And then I wind up getting Justice Schmidt, and it was like the complete opposite. Like, Justice Schmidt was very serious. There was no, like, he's a tough guy who loved what he did. And I'm like, right off a championship was really cool, but it was really cool to pick his brain and find out that the guy does, working with bulls and shit. He did it in Ocala, which I'm right next to Ocala. So I got really lucky with who I guess I got into interviews in a row, and it just made me just keep wanting more and more and more. Yeah,
well, and that's the thing with Schmidt, and especially at Smoke and stuff, especially with Justice, because having his own channel and everything else, he knows how to promote it, right? He knows how to put himself out there and be engaging, and I mean, some guys you interview and it's like, it looks like you're in a hostage video, right? Because they've never done this before, right? They're just who's interviewing these guys, right? The guy works at Jiffy Lube, but he's not used to being on podcast talking about his fight coming up, right? So, so they're kind of, they get that stunned look, and you kind of, get yes, no answers. You kind of got to get it out of them a little bit. But then you get some of the characters like Schmidt and like Justice Smoke, and they're. And like the Laportes and stuff, I mean, those guys know how to. Well, the one guy's on a TV show, so I mean, they know how to promote themselves and talk. And you come from a wrestling background, so you know about cutting promos.
It's funny because all right, so people who might not know, we talk all the time, and we have a lot of laughs with shit. And I'm like, there's a style to. This is what I was telling you before. There's no one that's going to talk this hockey element anywhere in the world like you, right? This is why I'm a fan of yours, is because I think that there's so many layers to you that you can touch different demographics, different genres, because of your knowledge of things, and it's playful and everything. And I'm like, this is why if any of these fighters had 2 cents in their brains, because listen, you're fighting, your head gets punched around, it's what it is, but they got to jump on your show because you're going to deliver a super professional interview. It's going to be with a lot of information, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So a lot of people can't balance that fun and professionalism like you do. And I'm not trying to come on here and toot or pat you on the back or nothing, but the facts are the facts.
Well, I appreciate that. That is the only soundbite from this interview I'm going to use. But everything else just get deleted. We're good. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, it was a 28-second interview. What can I say? Yeah, he was great. Yeah, but no, and that's the thing. And I've always said that. And I know you and I have talked about it. And and just from doing podcasting outside of the Ice Wars, but just with the hockey stuff. So I always say, if you're gonna ask somebody to take time out of their life to sit down and talk to you, I'm like, the least you could do is probably research a little bit, know a little bit about them, right? Like, to me, that's completely. I'm not that I'm claiming to be a professional, but to me, it's unprofessional or ignorant to do that to someone. Come on, man. I'm not saying you need to know the guy's shoe size, but I mean, know where he played junior hockey. It's not hard. That's what we got. Google these days. You can find anything with your phone. It's not hard to do the basic research, right? So
for sure,
but that's what, just appreciate what they're doing and stuff. But the Ice Wars has been fun, and the guys have all, most of the guys have all been good, and I mean, I haven't had any problems with any of them, and it's like, I think a lot of times those guys, I mean, they appreciate just to come on and do the show, right? So I mean, that was the one thing, and I think I talked to you about this, that you're going to find, especially, I mean, I've had to interview hockey guys, and it just gets tiresome chasing some of these guys around. But I will say with the Ice Wars guys, they're so happy to, like, because they're kind of told, yay, do some promo too, right? Like, get out there. So they're kind of pushed into it a little bit, but at the same time, they understand, right? So, yeah, so it's been really easy to get them to come on.
But I think at the same time, with the Ice Wars guys, they've been kind of lucky because anything, and I said this before, if they played any real hockey, you know. So you have a lot of information that they can go, oh shit, this guy actually knows. Where me, I try to take them more like, just pick their brains, talk some shit, have some laughs. And, for me, I take it as I'm trying to pull information out for them to give you. All the stuff that you already know, it's easy for them to understand because they're like, oh, he gets it, he knows. But for someone who's new to this, I want them to tell me where they're from. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want you to say what got you into this and whatever, because I hate the whole cliche, because I do ask, who's your favorite, growing up, who's your favorite hockey player? Because if they are, I look at these Ice Wars guys as tough guys. If they tell me that their favorite guy that they've ever wanted to play for was like some winger that, scored a lot of goals and was never a tough guy, and I'm like, well, how did that transition for you fighting in Ice Wars?
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly, and that goes back to what I was saying before. I see that's the cool thing. Like you've interviewed Jordan Christie, I've interviewed Jordan Christie, yep. But for a listener, you can go back and listen to both of them, and they're going to be different interviews.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so which I think is cool, right? Because that's the last thing you want is like everything to sound the same. So yeah, so that's what I appreciate about you. It was just your uniqueness, right? That's. And I think in the content creator space, that's all you're trying to look for is your voice, right? You don't want to sound like everybody else. So, so yeah. But, well, I mean, you obviously, like I said, you've watched the Michigan and the Edmonton shows and stuff, but I'll ask you about this one. I'll kind of talk to you about a few of the fights. And, but before we get into all that, of course, the biggest thing with this, of course, now it's on real ice and it's bare knuckle. So, what do you think of that?
All right, so I hate the bare knuckle idea, and I know some of the guys are excited about it, but over here, because it's going to be in Florida, it's not going to be in Canada. If you break your shit, now I hope there's insurance. I don't know. I'm not, I don't care. But health shit here is super expensive. So if you bust your shit up here, it's going to cost you, right? And I don't know how the insurances work between two countries or whatever, but I mean, I don't know, man. To me, like, I think you're an idiot if you think that, oh, well, hockey, they throw the gloves off and whatever. Yeah, all right, a real hockey fight in the NHL, HL, or anything else, these guys do throw their stuff off. They do rip their helmets off, and they start going at it. And those fights last, 20, 25 seconds? This is a minute each round, and you're just throwing nothing but haymakers. This isn't even a fight thing where you're trying to size each other up. If you look at the last two Ice Wars, most of these guys are car crashes. They're just literally flying at each other, throwing punches, and that's it. If you look at professional hockey fighters, they're actually moving around, dancing around, trying to get a little leverage, trying to grab jersey police where they want. I haven't seen really that here, which is surprising to me, but I don't like the whole bare knuckle idea, and I just think that keep the bare knuckle shit away from Ice Wars. It's just not what Ice Wars is.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I'm pumped it's on real ice. It had to be on real ice. I'm glad they did that. That was a great step. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the bare knuckle thing. And that was the thing. And I get it. Oh, well, hockey fights are bare knuckle. Yeah, they are. But like you said, they're not 3 minutes. And half the time, if they don't take their helmet, they're trying to get the guy's helmet off, too. That's the other thing, right? So, but I have heard that they have kind of a padded... They're not wearing hockey helmets this time. They're wearing, like, padded helmets. And
Is it going to look like the Guardian helmet that the NFL guys are wearing?
I don't know. I think so. Or it's like kind of almost like... it's like kind of like amateur boxing headgear, but I don't think it's got, like, the face part. Like, I think it's kind of just the side parts.
Oh, it's going to look goofy as shit.
Oh, I think they'll look goofy as shit for sure. But I think that'll save their hands on that part of the head.
Yeah.
But I think with this one though, I think what we're going to probably see. And again, I'm not a bare knuckle guy. Like I don't have anything against BKFC. I don't really watch it. It's just I know what it is, but I mean I'm not a real big BKFC watcher. But I know from the stuff that I have seen here on the Fight Network a little bit. I mean, within 20 seconds, these guys are bleeding all over. Like,
oh yeah, like it's BKFC. If you walk out, let's just say you do 2-3 rounds, and your face ain't jacked up, then you lucked out because people are getting tore up quick. I mean, like it's. I mean, there's a girl, and I can't remember the girl. She beat the shit out of. But Bret Hart had a fight, and she mangled this girl's face so bad that it was all like black and purple, her whole face. And I mean, I give it credit to the girl; she didn't, get knocked out or whatever. But you got jacked up for that long, and your face is gonna take forever to heal. That bare knuckle shit is different, man. It's a different type of animal.
Yeah, it is, and it's like and that's the big thing for me. Like I just, I get it. I just, I'm curious to see like how fast they're gonna get in, like with the cuts, and if they're gonna stop it. Like I don't know, right? Because all the other ice wars, there's been some blood and guys have been bleeding and whatever. But not like this, like No. So it's like I think they kind of did the thing, stick it up. Oh yeah, you're good, bro. Let's go. Okay, But I mean, now if you start getting really ripped up and stuff, it's like, are they going to let it go? Or are they going to,
So during my take of starting my BKFC interviews, the one thing I always talk to guys about is when you see MMA guys come to BKFC and they take hits, they don't get knocked out. They take hits and they take a knee, because getting hit with straight like bone, that takes a lot out of people. So my thing is, these guys, I think you're going to see a lot of people who think they're tough guys, and when that bone on bone hits, I think we're going to see a lot of people get exposed.
Yeah, well, and not only the guy getting hit, the guy doing the hitting, because now your hands we'll see. And that was my. I've said it to his face. I sat in a hotel room and talked to Kevin Smith about this very topic, so it's not like I'm talking out of school. He knows my opinion on this. I've said it out loud to him. To me, I think I think the fights are better with gloves on because guys will throw harder.
Absolutely, because they feel more protected.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think with this one, it's interesting. You had mentioned, with the when you watch a pro fight or an NHL fight, guys are grabbing and it's lean away and kind of the jersey. I think there's going to be more of that in this one because guys are going. I think they might start off and it would crack. Oh shit! Okay, well I better grab here for a little second here. Like with the gloves on, you just didn't give it. Like here, let's go, right? Let's. I think with this one, it might hesitate a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean you got it because listen. All right, so. I don't know a lot of these people's day jobs, but if you break your hand or your wrist, I hope you have enough money to whatever's going on in your life to cover whatever, because a broken hand is going to stop you from doing a whole lot of everyday things.
You either better have a lot of money or a good union, one of the two.
And I don't think the union wants to hear that, you broke your shit in Florida in ice wars.
Well, I work with Cole Johnson. Yeah, I don't know about he'll be all right with our union, but you better say you fell coming out of the trailer, maybe. Yeah, but and it's just, we'll see. I mean, it, and again, I said this on my show too, well, this is my show, but on the preview show, that I'm not wishing injury on anybody so I could sit here afterwards and say, oh, I told you so. Like, no, I'm not. No, I don't. I want all the. And that's the other thing. Like, every one of these guys has a day job.
Yep.
So I want them to get back and be able to work and everything else, and just let's see some good fights. And there's going to be some blood and shit, but hope. And you can't be naive enough to think there isn't going to be anything broken or anything. Yeah, there's going to be, but hopefully it's nothing serious, and everyone can go back to work on Monday, so to speak.
Nah, which one that? Because it's like we always say, when anyone who's ever played any kind of sport, when you're a fan of something, you never want to see somebody get hurt. Like, people can hate on the Tom Brady's, the Kobe's, and whatever else, but nobody ever wants to see them get really hurt. You know what I mean?
No. Well, no, and if you do, you got your fucked in the head. I mean, you got something wrong
Yeah,
with
you got
It's
something wrong
like,
with you.
if you're wishing injury on people, it's like, that's bad. Plus, that's bad karma and shit too. So, yeah, but well, we'll talk a little bit about the card here. This is kind of interesting, and one of the guys that you and I are both big fans of is Corey Allen, the old alley train here, and he was supposed to fight Catlin Big Snake, who unfortunately had to drop out. That would have been that would have been something, man. That would have, yeah. But now he's fighting Big Zach Hughes, and who of course has fought in Michigan, and then he fought actually in the third Ice Wars in Wyoming. That's the first time I saw him, but he fought Big Snake there as well. But what do you think about this fight?
Well, I really wanted Snake and Alley Train because I think both of them are coming off like big runs, and I was like, that'd be crazy. Now Zach Hughes, though, through talking to him, he's always down. Like, he really loves Ice Wars and banging out. So I know he's healed up because he had the cracked ribs. I know he's gung-ho. I know with the way things worked with the Battle for the Border, he definitely wants another op at this. So I think he's got a lot to prove. Unfortunately, I think that he's going up against Corey Allen, who, to me, right now, you got to have him at the top of the list because the guy is just a freak.
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing. Like I said, the guy's the oldest guy on the card, and it's like, I think actually I take that back. I think Mike Arcamone's got him beat, but yeah, he training his ass off, and like I said, he's training with Aaron Downey, former NHL enforcer for years, and he's lost a ton of weight. He looks good, man, and he's rolling. He's played senior hockey for 15 years, so he's on skates all the time. But yeah, no, this is gonna be a big test for Hughes. I mean, Hughes is a big dude, man. He's like,
that is a monster of a dude.
Yeah, like I think he's got about 5 or 6 inches on Allen. But I mean, we'll see. Because that was the one thing with him and Big Snake; they're the same size, right? So,
yep.
But Allen's got a lot to go. Like, I mean, Hughes has to have 40 pounds on Corey Allen, I would think. 30.
Oh yeah, he's definitely bigger, height and weight.
Yeah,
but I mean, listen, it's the one thing that I always say. I don't really care what the size of the dog is because it's all heart. And I mean, Corey Allen, he's built different. Like, and I'm not trying to hype him up because I'm a big fan of Zach Hughes. I love what the guy's done, for a military guy. So I got a lot of respect for him. But until Allen gets proven that he can be beaten,
yeah, and the thing is now, and this is where we're, to go back to, and now that it's on real ice, this is a big deal now. Like, this is going to be a big divide from synthetic to real ice. So I think skating is going to be such a big issue now. Whereas before it kind of wasn't. Now it's like if you can't skate, you're screwed. Especially if you're fighting, unless you're fighting another guy that can't skate. But, I mean, if you're fighting a guy that can skate and knows how to use it, you're in trouble.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the fight now.
Yeah. Well, and then you've had him on your show, and I've had him on mine. I just had him on the other day here. It was Jordan Christie. Of course, he's taking on Snowbeck. And it's like, here we go. This will be interesting.
I'm curious how Snowbeck is going to come at him because obviously Christie should be the better skater. So I'm curious if Christie is patient because I think that Snowbeck is going to come right at him.
Yeah.
And if Christie times it, he could put a lot of work in. But if it just is a straight-up brawl, which I don't think because I think Christie's way too smart for that, I think he's going to get Snowbeck problems.
Yeah, this comes down, and this is where the interesting thing is. It's like I don't know how strong of a skater Snowbeck is.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I know he's played hockey, like I know he plays rec and whatever, but it's one thing to play rec, it's another thing to fight on skates. In rec, you can go around, I can shoot the puck pass and all that. Yeah, okay, you can play a rec game. It's completely different when you're fighting someone now, though, and you're getting pulled and everything. So we'll see. I mean, it's interesting. But I think Snowbeck will definitely be aggressive. That's definitely his 1,000 miles an hour. Yeah.
But you can see that's his personality. Like, he's a no-nonsense, straight-up raw dude. So I expect him to come in guns a-blazing. But like I said, if Christie is patient and picks his shit, I think I think Snowbeck's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I agree. Well, one of the other fights that's new to the card. Again, it was supposed to be Wolftail versus Smoke, which I really wanted to see, but unfortunately Justice had to pull out. But now Alex Marchessello's back, who had fought in Michigan. Actually, he fought Snowbeck in Michigan, and of course Marchessello has played some pro hockey and a few games in the Federal League, and then actually led the Ontario Senior League in penalty minutes last year. So. No stranger to playing hockey. Obviously, he can skate. Wolftail grew up playing hockey. Didn't play junior or anything, but he did grow up playing, so he can skate. Marcelo definitely has the advantage in the hockey fight world, being in more hockey fights. But I know with Wolftail, it's like, dude does rodeo. I think he's an amateur MMA guy. Like, I think he's had some cage fights and a little bit of everything. So, and he came out guns a-blazing against Prouty.
Dude, so with the Prouty fight, I didn't know what to expect because I'd never seen the Wolftail guy. I never knew nothing about him.
No.
And the way he came in, I was like, it was either two things. One, that's just he's an animal and that's his fucking fight style. Or two, he had no respect for Prouty because he came in with no kind of defense, nothing. I'm going to come in there and I'm going to throw, I'm going to leave myself open and just throw shot after shot after shot. And, I mean, to his credit, it worked, but holy shit. But he ain't doing that against this guy.
No, and that's the thing. And it's interesting because I always say with Marchessello versus Snowbeck, I know Snowbeck got the decision, but it was almost like he would, like, kind of bull rush him and, like, tackle him almost, and they'd go down. And then, of course, you know, Snowbeck would bounce right back up and like let's go. And Marcelo eventually be, okay. You know, visually it looked like, he looked like, oh, what are we doing here? Like, and he slow getting up. Meanwhile, Snowbeck's standing there ready. And it's like, visually it didn't look good. But if you watch, Marcelo was hitting them when they were kind of going down. So it was like, yeah, I think, I know he was mad about that fight and how it turned out. And he didn't, you know, it didn't go, but like you said, on the synthetic, he can't move, right? So and Snowbeck's so big and strong, like he said, when he hit you, it was like, here we go, we're going over, right? And
I think that's where me and you actually disagree because I think you had Marcelo winning. I had Snowbeck actually winning. So, you know, it's wild how different things see things, but
my only thing for taking Marcelo was just he had hockey fight experience. That was why I took him, right? So, but Snowbeck, like he was, you know, wound up and he was ready for it. And that Wolftail reminded me of that too, right? When he just right away, like there was no, well, we'll dip a toe in first round, we'll take it a little careful. No, it was just 1,000 miles an hour right now. So that'll be interesting. And so it's like if he does that against Marcelo, it's like, well, Marcelo's already done that once, right, against the guy. So it's like, okay, am I going to be ready for this? I should be ready for it. But now, being on ice, now we can move with them. So if you're going to rush me, now I'll skate backwards with you, and we'll do this, and then I can maybe hold them up. So it'll be. And
Snowbeck is a bigger guy, right? Like Snowbeck, he looks way bigger than Wolftail.
Wow, and I think with Snowbeck, I think he knew what he was doing. Like, I think he cut down to make the weight, and then overnight, I think he, you know how they do, ballooned back up again, right? It was like, when he's so big to begin with, I think, he just naturally got, you know, back. And so I think he outweighed Marcelo by quite a bit by the time they got in the ring. But
because it looked way off. Like, I was like, it was a big difference in weight.
Well, yeah, and even at the weigh-ins, you're looking and it's like Snowbeck's a jack dude, like big dude. And it was surprising, like the weight he was at to look like that. It was like he carries his weight well, right? So, and like Marcelo looked like he's in shape because I know he runs a gym and everything. He's a shape guy, but it's like he looks like 170 pounds. Like, you know, like he's got the good build, but you can tell he's skinny, right? Whereas Snowbeck looked like bulky.
He looked like a brick wall.
Yeah, so it was like, Jesus. But that's the thing. I think Wolftail's got to come down a lot of weight right now. So it's like, I think he'll be really heavy too, so compared to Marcelo. So it'll be interesting. Although Wolftail's not that, like, I don't think there's a big size difference between them height-wise or anything. So it's going to be an interesting fight. And I think it'll be much more in the same fight as Marcelo had the first time. You're fighting a guy that's really hyped up and is just going to come racing across the rink at you. Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of circling around trying to grab each other and we'll see. No, this is like we're going we're hitting fifth gear right when the bell rings, right? So
This is going to be an awesome car crash.
oh yeah. And then Wolfdale doing this grave digger out. I'm like, I'm ringside, and I'm looking at this motherfucker. Like this guy.
See, and that's the thing. You were there, so it had to be so much crazier live to see him like that aggressive.
Well, and that was the thing, and that was the other thing. Of course, there's a native hockey tournament that was going on at the same time, and all those guys came to that. And you got Catlin Big Snake in the corner, you got Wolftail, so you had probably a bunch of people from his res were there and firing up the brother, right? And it was like, oh, that, like the pop of that place was like, you could, oh, yeah. I could, if Prouty had won that fight, they would have had to airlift him out of that place because the people would have been rioting. There would have been chairs going, I think. If they had gone to a decision and Prouty got it, yeah, run. Yeah, because the chairs are coming. Would look like an ECW pay-per-view back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because, Wolfdale is definitely the and then when he did I think he went down the one knee, did the bow and arrow, and then when he did I'm like, wow. And I sat there and I remember looking at AJ after, and I'm like, this guy's a star, man.
Yeah. Oh, he knows how to get that crowd. Obviously, it was his crowd, but I mean, doing like the Tito Ortiz, like I'm burying him, and the arrow was crazy. I was like, yo, he's a showman. Yeah. And then he called out Smoke. I'm like, this guy is all gas, no brakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. To give the microphone, how you feeling? I want Smoke. Okay. Well, that's what. All right. Well, let's get into it. Like, yeah. Right? And Smoke's like, what? Standing there like,
what just happened?
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, no, I'm really looking, I really hope, I'm looking, it was too bad it wasn't Smoke, but I'm a big fan of Marcelo though, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that fight. Actually, you know what, man, like we've gone back and forth and we've had our gripes and, bitching and everything else, but, when it comes down to it and you look at the card, it's like, there's some good shit on here, and it's like
this is a good card.
Yeah, well, like the next one, right? I mean, we got Will Laporte, the old body bag, Mendoza. Like, we'll see. Like,
See, okay, so my thing is how, and I know we're kind of circling the wagon when we talk about how good is people skating, and Mendoza being a goalie. I don't know how great his skating is, right? Like, I don't know, so it's like, is his cardio there? Because listen, Mendoza's not a small guy. So it's not like Will's going to like overpower him or nothing like that. So I'm not worried about that. But I think once again, being on real ice, this is going to be tough for the guys who aren't strong skaters.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. I know Mendoza plays on that Chicago traveling team, the senior team traveling with Brooks and those guys. That's where that's who got him into it was Brooks. But so he's played out a little bit. And he's been in fights in this senior thing. So he's done it on skates and played out. But it's like, yeah. But again, Will Laporte played junior hockey, played pro hockey. I mean, played in Sweden. Yeah, he can skate. Obviously, very good. And he's got he must have 7 inches on Mendoza. That's the other thing.
Well, I mean, the Laporte guy's fucking tall, brother. It's like
6'6", and like Mendoza's like 5'10", I think. So So, but I don't think I don't know if Laporte's going to push him around. Like, I don't think he's going to push him around the rink. But it's like, because the guy looks like a fridge with a head. I mean, But it's like, and he's strong as shit. But it's like, I think it's just if you're 6'6" and you're holding the guy. You just need to lean back.
Whack up at this.
You're good?
My bad. He's like, this, that. And I'm like, come on, man. Go ahead. Like, go that way.
Oh, we got McBann's in the background here. We got the kid.
Come pop your head in real quick. Say what's up. It's fucking crazy there.
From the cheap seats. Hey, man, what's happening?
Nothing much, you?
Oh, not too much. Yeah. Who do you think? What do we got, Will Laporte or Mendoza? Who's winning?
Oh, wow. I gotta go with Will. Shock.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I agree with you. But yeah, that's the thing. When you're that tall, right? Just lean back. You hold him and lean. Like, he's not going to reach you.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
The reach is going to be tough for him, but I mean, I don't know. I'm excited because Mendoza's hyped up, like, and there's no worry. Like, Mendoza's not one of those guys who sit back and go, damn, he's got the reach. Or, no, he don't give a shit about reach. He don't care about, is he 2-0 or whatever. No, Mendoza's fired up and he's ready to go.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, I guess. Who'd he fight in Michigan? Oh, Tippin. Chase Tippin. Well, that guy's 6'5" too. Like, yeah, so so whatever. I guess he's used to punching up. I guess we'll put it that way. So, and Mendoza landed some shots on Tippin. That was no cakewalk for Tippin either. And Tippin's a former pro player too. Actually played a lot more pro than Laporte has, to be honest. But it's like, but yeah, so that was no cakewalk. So yeah, Mendoza, man. I mean, like you said, especially now with bare knuckle, you catch a guy. It's
You got to interview Mendoza for this fight, right?
Not for this one. No, I did it for the first one.
Because I was going to say, I know him and Rulli, they actually train in the same place. Like, they're training together.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's what we call a lead-in. This is why Chef's a pro, I'm telling you. Look at that. So the next fight, of course, is the female fight. Valerie Rulli versus Christina Berry. And first ever female fight in Ice Wars. So I'm actually pumped for it. And that's the other thing. Both these women are hockey players. It's not just, we found a couple tough chicks at the gym, let's go. And we're, no. They're both, and high-level hockey players. And, and they're both amateur. Well, actually, Barry's a pro boxer, but Rulli's an amateur boxer. So they've punched and been punched. So this is going to be interesting.
See, and it's wild because I had Barry on first, and I had nothing, like no information of Rulli, and I'm like, man, I can't find nothing on this girl. But like watching, if you're a fan of anybody who's like really athletic, Barry, and I made the joke, remember the old movie Cliffhanger with Stallone?
Absolutely.
Where he's like hanging off the mountain?
Yeah.
All right, I can picture Christina Barry as Stallone, right? Like, she does all the running, mountain hiking, swimming. She's just an incredible athlete. And I was like, damn. When I got to talk to Rulli, I literally had a friend of mine. I was like, yo, he's a big fight guy. I was like, find me anything on this girl. He's like, I got some information. Cool. As soon as we sat down, she felt like one of my people. So I'm extremely biased, and I love Barry. I think Barry's super cool. But I am so biased to Rulli. I will never go against Rulli because I don't know, man. I admit my biasness.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's like there's no see with these other guys, it's like, oh, he played pro, he did this, or he fought this guy, he fought that guy. This is the unknown. I don't know. I mean, they both box, they both can play hockey. I can't. This is just a coin flip. You're just picking blind, basically. I mean, do you go with Rulli because she's younger? I guess. I mean, I don't know. But then you go with Barry because she has the experience. So, who knows? But
the thing with them is I'm not worried about their skating because they both skate, right? Like they both do this. I go with Barry because I go with Rulli because I think Rulli, from what I've seen so far, and I think Barry's super smart, and she's not putting her, I guess, fight shit out there for people to see. But if you're looking at how Rulli is moving around and punching, and oh my God, like she's that girl where she looks super hot, and you're like, oh man, you could probably talk to her crazy and she'll punch your face off. But if you've ever seen how she talks, if she's in the alley, there's not many people who would make me cross the street. I think Rulli would make me cross the street after knowing how Rulli gets down.
Yeah, I mean man, and I mean I think for a first female fight in Ice Wars, I think they found two really solid people to represent it, right? So it's like
epic.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, let's be honest, and I'm not taking anything away from, but it's like the female fight. It's going to get scoffed at by people, like at first, right? Like, oh, look at the chicks. Oh yeah, here we go. Cat fight, or whatever.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you get them on, and they're legitimate hockey players, and they're both legitimate like they'll punch. I think, and it's the same thing with MMA all the time. I remember when the females first started fighting, and everybody was like, "Man, those are the best fights of the night half the time."
You see, and I'm glad you said that because one of the cool things that I've had is I've got to interview a lot of the female fighters of BKFC. And if you watch their fights, a lot of the guys, they try to gauge, right? Like they try to size up, get timing. You know how it is in the fight game. You're trying to learn your fighter. The women, it's just, right? Like, you're just going to go full-blown and barely any defense, and it's the same way. The women have, there's this, they got something to prove kind of thing. And I think that I think this might be one of the opportunities of being a fighter tonight. I don't care. I believe in these women so much that I think they're going to put on one of the best fights. I
agree. Yeah, because I don't think they give a shit. I think they're going to go right at it. They're going to bang, man. Oh, absolutely. Holy shit! I said, if you could pop out a kid, you think getting punched in the face is going to hurt? Shit.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like, no. So yeah, like I'm really looking forward to it, and like. Yeah, and Christina Berry, I mean, unfortunately I didn't have a chance to talk to her for the show, but just looking into her and doing some research, like you said, yeah, like cross-trains, does boxing. She's a freaking scientist for the government of Canada. She's like, I'm like, holy shit, like, so basically the smart kid no one was shoving her into lockers. Like, she was shoving other people into lockers.
Dude, it was awesome, right? Like, so when I reach out to her, she gives me a day and a time, and I hit her up, I'm like, hey, are we still cool? She goes, is it by audio or visual? I said, visual, if it's okay with you, I'll do audio. It's no big deal. You don't got to put your camera on, whatever. And she goes, no, because we're going to do video, I got to leave my place. And I'm like, well, why? Right? Like, you can just be comfortable. She's like, well, no, where I work, I work for a science lab, and, you can't see where I'm working. And I'm like, holy shit, like, my bad. You know what I mean? Like, super cool, dog.
Yeah, she's literally the Big Bang Theory that could kick the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, back in the days where some dude thought, like, I'm going to pick on this nerd?
Yeah.
And she just mopped them, boop, boop.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, she was the one pushing people into lockers. They're like, yeah. and then you're copying her off the test 10 minutes later. Yeah. Well, all right. Here we go. I've taken a lot of your time up, but we got to get obviously to the main events here. We got the kind of the main, or co-main, I guess. We'll start with Nick first. All right. So we got Nick Laporte and Sebastian Lafayette.
This one makes me nervous, right? Like, yeah. Obviously, I'm coming in. Nick has the big fight, beats up Dunn. You're like, holy shit, right? Because that was the big first beating of Battle for the Border. So you're like, oh, damn, Nick is the truth. But then when, like I said, I talk to you daily, and you show a lot of Sebastian Lafayette, and I'm like, man, this guy is built for tough. There's a level to this guy that you're not running through him. And I got nothing but love for Nick, but this guy takes punches. Like, this is what he does. You punching him is not going to make him go, oh, my God, I've never felt something like this before, right? Like, he's been punched by the big, dangerous guys his whole career. So I think that, like we said prior, I think stamina, cardio is going to be a big part of this, right? Like, is Sebastian Lafayette going to gas out? And with what we've seen with Nick, we haven't seen him take a hit, right? Because he just molly-whopped Dunn. So, and it's bare knuckle. And you're going to fight a guy with over 500 fights. This isn't a fucking walk in the park. And you can't go into it. Now, I tell everybody, anybody that played sports, and my for the long-winded answer, anybody that ever played sports, you go into it thinking you're the best because you have to, because that's how, the game plays, or else you're already lost. But there's a difference when you're going to fight somebody. You got to respect your opponent on another level, especially a guy like Sebastian Lafayette.
Yeah, and the thing is, and that's the thing with, Nick, of course, is 6'6" and stuff. Lafayette is 6'3", so it's not like he's small either. So height a little bit, but not enough. And I think he would probably be heavier than Laporte too. So it's like, and like you said, 500 career fights under your belt. It's like, yeah, this isn't a walk in the park. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to it. This is the fight I'm looking forward to the most because I want to see how. Because like we said with Nick, right? It's like, how's he going to react to getting punched in the face? Because I'm no disrespect to Matt Dunn, but it didn't happen in Michigan, right? So he just bulldozed right through him and ended it real quick. and there wasn't any real struggle. It'll be interesting when Lafayette starts hitting back. Now it's like, can Nick, how's he going to react to it, right? And I'm not saying he's going to like bow out or anything, but it's just be, now all of a sudden I have to do a little defense here. I hadn't had to do this before. Yep. So that part will be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the struggle and what happens. And
if you had to put your money on it, who do you put?
Yeah, I would. Well, I probably Laporte, because for the only reason being is I just think he'll have the stamina.
Yep.
Over Lafayette. I just think it's going to go to a decision. I do, and either that or like for some reason I can just see the fight in my head. I always try to picture it. I can see Laporte starting fast, like he did against Dunn. And Lafayette kind of taking a bunch of it and then coming back. The other fear of that, as I'm saying this out loud, I just thought of this. This goes back to, well, if it's better, like, are we going to start getting cuts? And then is there going to be a stoppage now? All of a sudden, there's going to be a quick stoppage because he's bleeding. Because that's the thing I'm interested in is, like, how fast are they going to stop any of this?
I think that's the X factor of the unknown is how willing are they going to be to a cut, right? Like, as soon as someone's kind of, okay, you're leaking a little too much, this is done? Or is it going to be like legit doctors who sit there and try to, can you see, okay, go back in there? Yeah. You know, I think that's going to be a big play on it. But anyone that's part of Vice Wars is pretty much what I go for. So I think Nick comes out with the dub.
Yeah, and like I said, but at the same time, if Lafayette won, I wouldn't be, holy shit, I don't believe it. Like, no,
500 fights.
Yeah, I'm like, to me, this is go either way, and it's like, and I'll say this. I know Nick is like looking for, to his credit, air quote name opponents. Well, this is one. And for those people listening out there on, like, where this guy, well, he's legitimate. Believe me, he's legitimate, and he's fought legitimate guys. If Nick can get this win, this is a big statement win.
Oh, yeah. This is that big, like, all right, other people might be 2-3-0, but who have you knocked out, right? Like, who have you beat? Look what I just did.
Yeah, and I beat a guy that has 500 professional fights in hockey, and it's like, and a legitimate heavyweight fighter in the LNAH for 2 decades, and which is, for those listening, no, believe me, that says something. So, yeah, if Nick can get the win here, that's a huge feather in his cap and something to definitely hang your hat on. You know, at the same time, if Sebastian Lafayette wins, I'm not surprised by that either. So, because the guy fought everybody for 2 decades, right? Oh, and like I said, for those just tuning in, it's like, yeah, Sebastian Lafayette played Major Junior with Rimouski Oceanic. And in his first year, he was the bodyguard for Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby played for Rimouski, and they won the Memorial Cup, and Sebastian Lafayette was riding shotgun. So it's like, yeah, he's been around a long time and done this for a long time. So, I mean,
and Sidney Crosby is a guaranteed Hall of Famer who's won Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Junior won the Memorial Cup, right? The Stanley Cup of junior hockey, right? Yeah, with Laferriere. So it's like,
he's won everywhere, but this was his bodyguard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So it's like crazy. Legitimate dude, right? And like I could tell you, Rimouski knew what they had in Crosby. That was their meal ticket. So they weren't just going to get, well, this guy looks kind of tough, we'll get him. No, you had to be, right? Like, we're not getting kind of Secret Service. No, you got to be Secret Service, not pretend. So no, he's legitimate. So yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I'm really curious to see how it goes. And like, even as we're recording this, Lafayette is still playing. He plays for the Quebec Nationals, the LNH. He fought twice this last weekend. And like, I'm like, dude, you got to fight the 7 days in Florida. This guy's fighting twice in Quebec. I'm like, all right, they're bred different, man. They think different. They're bred different. They, like, most guys would have like, maybe I shouldn't play tonight, or I'll take it easy. No, and then he goes and fights Andre Thibault, the guy who fought in Michigan in Ice Wars twice. You know, and it's that's like, great. Oh, and their first fight wasn't really good, so they're both going to the box. Yeah, as soon as we get out, we're going again.
We need one more round.
Other guys would be like, no, I'm good, bro. But no, they're like, no, we got to do this again. You know, and then. Yeah, so no, the Quebec League, they're bred different up there, and Laffy's a different dude, and he's an entertainer. For the folks that are watching this for the first, you'll dig him. Lafayette is a fun guy, and he'll be into it, and he'll get the crowd into it, and he'll be playing for it, and it'll be good. It'll be good. He'll put on a show. I can guarantee he'll tell Laporte in French, like in broken English, we put on show. I can guarantee he will. So then they're going to go for it, and it's going to be interesting. But and this is interesting too, because this is kind of, we'll see. But we got former UFC fighter Charles Rosa taking on Reed Krasowski from the old Saskatchewan kid here from Yorkton.
So that's your product, though.
Yeah. He's just down the road. Yeah.
All right. So knowing he's from right around the way, you got to be pulling for him a little more than anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally on Team Reed here, Team Spaz. Oh, yeah, I want him to fold this UFC guy. I have nothing against Charles Rosa on a personal level, but I'm a hockey guy, and I want the hockey guys to fold these MMA guys that are coming to Ice Wars. That's what I want to see. I don't want these MMA guys thinking they could just come on over, put on some skates, and let's rumble. No, that's why I keep telling Reed, dude, and I probably put a lot of pressure on him, but I know he's heard it. And even when he joined the live stream there a couple Fridays ago when we're watching fights on Friday, he jumped in there, and there was a bunch of dudes, and they flat out told him, "You're defending hockey here, man."
Holy shit!
And I told him,
y'all put too much pressure on him.
Yeah, I'm like, no pressure here, but you're kind of defending the honor of hockey against this outsider coming in here, this MMA guy, So, but I know Charles Rosa did play high school hockey in Massachusetts and stuff, so it's not like, he's never skated. Yes, he has. He has played high school hockey. But he's still viewed as the MMA guy.
He is, because...
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's his profession.
Yeah, but we've never seen anything, through looking through stuff, he's never played at any legit level. I don't want to hear, I did this, because, it would be out there, right? It would be somewhere out there visually that you could find something. You found nothing. Putting all your eggs in one basket, I think, is a bad move. Listen, and this is real shit. If Rosa fought any of these guys on concrete, he kills them, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's a professional tough guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're talking hockey on real ice. So I'm all about, and I'm kind of with you guys, even though, I'm the outsider from over in Florida. But if you're not a hockey guy, I don't want to see you in Ice Wars. I don't care. I'm not buying into you coming over here thinking you can fight whoever. And I hope Reed puts the beats to him and just drag him around, humiliate him. Because, let's be honest, what Rosa has shown on his own social media, he looks like shit on skates. And it's no disrespect. People can feel how they want. It's not my fault he looks bad on ice.
He's been off of skates for a long time. You can tell it's like, and he's got to play catch up because his whole adult life has been training for MMA, and obviously that's been his job. So you're not worried about skating when you're getting ready for a cage fight. So he's had to obviously get back into it. Now we're skating again. Now I got to fight on skates, and your balance point's different. Your pivot, how you punch, and everything's different. But with Reed, there's the unknown. No one knows anything about him either. I've never seen him skate. I know he's grew up playing hockey, but how many hockey fights has he been in? And I know this is what he said. I don't put words about. He claimed he was an amateur boxer. He did boxing. He went to Quebec and boxed for a while. Maybe he did. I'm not saying he did or didn't. Whatever. That's what he said on the interview with me. So I'm not going to call the man a liar. That's what he did. Okay. So he's boxed. So he's been punched and throwing punches. All right. The one thing, and I have said this to him too, off air and stuff. He cannot get into a toe-to-toe fight with Rosa. Because I said, there's no way you'll hit him harder than he's been hit.
Oh, yeah. It's what he's done his whole career, Rosa, right? Like, it's adjusting to taking punishment.
Yeah.
And that's what you do as a professional fighter. So he's got to use the hockey element of making him look bad. And I'll say this, and I don't expect anybody else to whatever, but it's like anybody else that comes in with a name, and especially with the way Ice Wars is hyping up Rosa and wearing Rosa Nation shirts, which is crazy. If it comes anywhere down to it being by the judges, you lost. right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, he's going to have to really drag him around and not take a lot of shots to even have it close, unless he just knocks him out, which Rosa being knocked out, I don't see.
No, I don't think I don't think Reed hits anywhere near hard enough to knock him out. And like I said, this dude's been kicked in the head. I mean, you're not punching harder than people kicking a guy in the head. So it's like, no, Reed needs to win on his hockey. And I think you need to spin him, get him off balance, keep him off balance. Because if you decide to, let's just grab in the middle of the collar and go, you're a dead man. Rosa will drop you. No, you got to move him and keep him. He's so busy doing this, trying to settle himself, and you're just whack, whack, whack. You got to win this on points. You got to win on points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take the points how you get them.
Yeah.
And you got to expose his skating. Like I said, it's not me shitting on Rosa because, I'm not the one putting the film out of me on skates and whatever. And he just doesn't look good on skates. But if you can make him uncomfortable, that is a big win for Reed. The only thing is Rosa's made a career out of being fucking punched and kicked and grabbed, and you're not really going to do anything to him that he's never done before.
No, you're not going to do anything to him that he hasn't felt.
Yep.
He's felt everything that you're going to give him. So now you have to make him uncomfortable. So you got to move him and drag him a little bit. But then that comes down to, how good a skater is Reed? I mean, he might skate like Rosa. So now we're at a shot off, and now you're in trouble. So I don't know. I've never seen him, and I can't. So this is the unknown. It's going to be interesting.
But I'm biased because he's also part of the Haymaker Fight Crew. So
that's true. And I'll say this: Reed's been talking mad shit.
Yeah, he has, and I love it.
Oh yeah. I said, well, if anything, you've pissed them off. That's for sure. Because I will say with Rosa hasn't really said anything about Reed. Not really.
I think Rosa is taking the old school approach where I'm gonna let my actions do the talking. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's what it feels like because Reed is talking greasy. Everywhere you turn, I'm going to knock him the fuck out. I'm going to beat his face in, and I'm loving it. And Rosa is just kind of like, whatever, we're going to see on the 11th.
Oh, yeah, and I'm just laughing at Reed. Even like Rosa will make a post, and all underneath you'll just see the spaz commenting, "You're old." It's only put, just shit like that. And then he's gone. It was just, "You're old." And Rosa's looking at just like, yeah. And he doesn't say anything.
Wait till I see you.
Yeah, he doesn't reply. That'll be interesting, though. They first meet each other in a room. And hey, you've been saying a few things here. Like, I think there'll be some genuine heat there. Like, the
weigh-ins are going to be fun. I think the weigh-ins for that one, who else would it be? The weigh-ins for that one, and it would have been nice to see Wolftail and Smoke because there was a genuine whatever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and it. And for some reason, I can kind of see the women getting a little fucking chippy with each other. I kind of think so. I don't know, maybe not. They might have some respect for each other. I mean, I think they do afterwards, but maybe beforehand they might. Although I don't know about the scientists getting wound up, but maybe Ruli will. I don't know. We'll see.
Ruli, listen, bro, and I don't know if you've seen it. When I was interviewing her,
I saw it. Yeah.
When I asked her for her music. Now, I fucked up. Like, I don't know why I thought, my bad for cursing. I don't know why I thought she was going to come out some really cute girl shit, like, Taylor Swift or Beyonce or something like that, or Lady Gaga or some shit. And she was like, 21 Savage, Key Glock. And I'm like, who am I interviewing, right? I think that energy is definitely because she's smart. When you listen to her, she knows how to market herself, and she's going to use a lot to it. And I think that she's going to take that way in and turn it into something. I just think that Barry's very kind of like just chill and I'll let you come at me, but then when it comes down to it, we see what happens. Yeah. So I think that Ruli would be the aggressor. Yeah. But I would love to see Barry kind of come out of her shell a little bit.
Oh yeah, like I think if she's pushed, like if it's poke, I think she'll come back at her, But yeah, no, Ruli, like you said, into it, like, yeah, the fighter got the tunes and just, and yeah, selling herself. Well, yeah, I mean, we all got eyes. She's good looking and, tough and and she knows what, it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I think, yeah, like you said, that could definitely be fight of the night candidate. Because I think they're going to just come out and go, man.
And just guns ablaze.
Oh, yeah. So, but no, I'm really looking forward to the event. And like I said, ice, bare knuckle, it's going to be a whole new era, right? It's a whole new chapter in Ice Wars because the first 5 Ice Wars, gloves and on synthetic. So this is a whole new frontier, so to speak. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, 6 Ice Wars. So I think that this is going to be the one. And I think the only worry I have for this is the cutting, like you bring up. How willing are they going to be when people are cut to let them keep fighting?
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be kind of like a BKFC, like normal ref to BKFC who's seen this shit and knows that guys can keep going, or is it going to be kind of like a hockey guy that's or what? Although hockey they would let you play through it though. What am I talking about? But I don't know if they'll just be
hockey person.
Yeah,
you better get back out there and fight if your eyeballs falling out.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just interested to see how gun shy they'll be. Yeah, they never really had to deal with it at Ice Wars before, like with the gloves on and stuff. Guys would get a little cut up and whatever, but. Well, we'll see. Well, I lost Chef on the connection, but I want to thank him for coming on, and he just sent me a message. Lightning just knocked out my internet, so we lost the Chef. But Bare Knuckle Mobb, folks, check him out. I will put the links to subscribe to his YouTube channel. He interviews folks. He's an entertaining guy. Follow him on Instagram. Like I said, I'll put all the links in the description here. I know he'll be tuning in, obviously, so I want to thank him again for coming on the show. We'll definitely do this again. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to BKFC Ice Wars Fight Week. Again, Florida, Friday, October 10th, Amaranth Arena. Here we go. Looking forward to it. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's guest, where's my list here? I'm going to have Mike Archimone and James Dazelle on. They're one of the fights from the night. And interesting characters. I think you'll dig them. So we'll do that. And that'll be Wednesday's show. So come on back. Thanks, everybody.
And you people that don't like fighting, how many of you did you walk out and get a coffee while that was on?